Welcome to the 25 Days of Empowerment. This is day 3, April 3rd, 2024. I'm Emiliana. I'm Emiliana Patrick, and I am a breathwork facilitator, an astrologer. You can find me at thepatrickpearl.com. You can also book an appointment with me at the Daoist Tradition Student Clinic on South French Broad if you happen to be near Asheville, North Carolina.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Torres. I'm a self-love and feminine empowerment coach. If you were not born a divine feminine, these messages are still for you. We all embody both masculine and feminine traits within us. And if you want to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram at tigerlily.and.co.
And just for a moment, touch into the Mercury retrograde. This is day 3 of the retrograde, and now we're really experiencing slowing down and reviewing. From now until April 11th, we're in the review phase of the retrograde. So just come into the softer energy, the energy of our mental minds slowing down. And we're still in the last quarter of the moon phase, so we're still feeling that push to get things done and to there's still energy left in the moon cycle for action and activity. But there's a very special aspect happening tonight, and that's when we have Venus, planet of love, planet of creativity and romance and partnership, meeting up with Neptune. And Neptune is the dissolver. It is the spiritual emanations that find their way to Earth. So when we have this planet of love and sensuality, and we combine that with a spirituality, we get what the ancients referred to as the signature of agape, or unconditional love. And we also have, right before that, the moon meets up with Pluto, which is an edgier planet, a sexier planet. It's a planet that calls us to examine the dark within us. So, yeah, we've got this kind of edgy sexuality, and then we have this ethereal sensuality. So, Tiffany, do you want to take us through how we can support ourselves with
I
the
am delighted to. So I am a Capricorn, and we tend to be a little bit darker, a little bit edgier. And this is a really exciting energy because it's something that we can harness really within ourselves. And when Emiliana used the word sexy and sensual, I am thrilled to share with you what this card, I read tarot as well, and this energy is giving me devil energy. And the devil card, it is a little bit scary. It's black. There's two figures, both naked, and they look to be shackled to the devil right here. But this card is actually about liberation, and this energy is about liberation. And because we're talking about a sensual, sexual energy, it is sexual liberation. And this is a time to really examine whether or not you are actually chained to the devil. And you're not. The devil is perched atop this tower. The chains around the figures are very loose, and they can take them off and remove them at any time. It's about harnessing your inner power, your inner sexuality and sensuality, and going, I don't give a beep what society says about it. This is who I am. This is what I like. So this is your time to play and explore and ask yourself, what truly is it that I crave sexually, sensually? So this is a day to just have a personal date night. Think about my ideal lover. What would he, she, they offer to me this evening? Maybe it's flowers. Maybe it's a movie. Maybe it's a hot bubble bath. And really encapsulate and give that to yourself. You can do all of these things for yourself. And for me, when I think about the phrase, they say date yourself, I think, well, I have to treat myself better than anybody else has ever treated me before. Because if I don't know what it is that I want and what genuinely makes me feel good, how am I going to recognize it when someone else is trying to give me that? So buy yourself the flowers, get yourself the lingerie, get, get your earrings out if you're a feminine, get your suit on if you're a masculine, whatever makes you feel like the most sensual, ooey gooey, gushy version of you. Do it on Wednesday. Do it tonight, whenever you're watching this. If you're watching this later and this is, 6 months to a year after April 3rd, 2024, you need this message. Do it tonight. Do it now. Or
So
plan it out.
one thing that really struck me as you said it is this quality of liberation. With Mercury retrograde, this is we're entering more deeply into the dream time now. Our subconscious is more active now. And maybe there are fantasies that you have that you've judged yourself harshly for. This is the time of that liberation to allow those chains to be broken, where this is a time of admission. We're also still in eclipse season when some things need to be honored that we might not want to honor, it's eclipses have a way of bringing out that which is hidden, even if it's not what we want to know about ourselves. And the way to liberation is simply by acknowledgement. And that doesn't need to be anywhere but in your journal, or you can speak it out loud, or go to the sex shop and get that toy.
Yes.
I mean, like, this is a time for exploration and a time. The Venus Neptune energy ultimately is one of deep unconditional love.
Mm,
So if we're able to honor what's being revealed, parts of ourselves that we're uncomfortable with, and we're able to say, this is what's true for me. And then to allow that deep spiritual emanations of unconditional love into your life, to know that you are the essence of love.
mm,
And that no matter how the sexual expression comes out in this lifetime, there is love in it. And that there is the only thing that you could do that would be wrong is to deny your own truth
yes.
and what's really true for you.
Yes.
So that's what came up for me.
I'm so glad you used that word liberation. Because coming back to the devil card, that is literally what you're being called to do. You are being called to remove those chains and liberate yourself. And there's a reason why the devil looks and feels so scary, because liberation, yes, it's exciting, but it's also a little bit scary because you have to take full ownership and accountability for what it is that you are liberating yourself from, and also understand how repressed you were. So that can come with a little bit of grief. So be kind, be kind.
And
Uh,
allow those waves of love
yeah.
to wash over you. I mean, this is like Venus and Neptune. This is like, wrap yourself in silk,
Mm,
and like, get that dinner, even if it's takeout from that place that you like with a really good pasta.
eat it
This
in
is,
bed.
or, like, yeah, eat it and this also scents, like incense and candles,
Mm,
and this is that kind of indulgent. We indulge our senses on these days. The only danger I see here with the moon being in Aquarius is to overthink anything,
mm,
is to allow the mind to rationalize. Oh, I
mhm,
don't need to do that tonight. That was a good idea, but it's that's the only danger I'm really seeing on this day is don't let the mind get in your way. In fact, let the mind help you get really creative and innovative. Let the mind have its ideas and take them as far as you can,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah,
know.
it's a mindset. Self-love really is a mindset. And it sounds like this transit is opening us up to reveal what it is that what it is that might be blocking us from that full encompassing love that exists within each one of us.
Yeah. And the very last thing is to remember Mercury retrograde brings that which we haven't wanted to face before.
Mm,
And eclipses bring out that which is deeply hidden.
mm,
So if you give yourself even 10 minutes, if you're like, I don't have a lot of time, I'm really booked. If you just give yourself 10 minutes I love, Tiffany, your question. If I had the best lover in the world, what would they give to me? What would I bring to them? You
mm,
know, and just explore that. And then bring it from the mind into the body.
mm,
How do you like to be kissed? How do you like to be touched? How do you like to touch?
mhm,
And just begin to bring it out of the mind and feel what that would be like in naked honesty.